Here's my Rolls-Royce honorable mention guard. Percy Hawkins, the Bradley superstar. This guy was a scorer supreme. One of only 5 players in history to total more than 3,000 points. Voted by the UPI and the AP as Player of the Year in 1988. Danny Ainge, Brigham Young University. A floor general who can shoot. He can pass the ball and was very much a PT peer.
Seconds to go. Ainge against Paxson. 5 seconds. Inside. Ainge scores with 2 seconds. 1 second on the clock. It is all over.
Johnny Dawkins, Duke University. JD helped lead the Blue Devils to the NCAA Finals in 1986. That year he was voted the winner of the Naismith Award. At 6'2", Dawkins could shoot or take the ball to the hole with the best of them. And now my first team all Rolls-Royce guard. Let's go with Chris Mullin, Mr. St. John's University himself. He was the UPI Player of the Year in 1985. One of those guys whose court sense made up for a lack of speed. A guard who had the equivalent playing ability of Larry Bird on the baseline.
Nice play by Walter Barrett. Mullin.
He was a A+ shooter.
Ahead of the field. It's tied and Mullin is fouled.
My first team all Rolls-Royce guard, Chris Mullin. His running mate, let's go to Isaiah Thomas, the prototype point guard. He had great eyes, great vision, a phenomenal passer, and oh, can he win. He led the Indiana Hoosiers to 2 NCAA tournaments. The guy was a terrific shooter as he had a nice soft jumper. Isaiah ran the show, baby, for Bobby Knight. Look at Isaiah, baby, smooth as silk. He is so beautiful to watch. He was first team All-American in 1981, and that's the year in the city of brotherly love, he led them to the finals, where they defeated North Carolina for all the gold. My all Rolls-Royce guards of the 1980s, Isaiah Thomas and Chris Mullin. Now my honorable mention forwards. Let's go to Danny Ferry, Duke University. He can post up inside. He can shoot the J. And he could dish the rock. Player of the Year, 1989, Danny Ferry. And then there's James Worthy out of North Carolina. All you have to do is just watch him play. This guy was slam jam band. He was first team All-World, 1982, James Worthy. And then what about the L train? Lionel Simmons, LaSalle, over 3,000 points scored in his college career. He had great court sense. He says, get out of here, baby. He can block shots as well. And oh, can he rebound and start the break and finish the play. And then there's Wayman Tisdale, the Oklahoma Sooner superstar, one of the few players to make consensus All-American 3 years in a row. He was strong and tough. Now my first team 1980s Rolls-Royce forwards. Danny Manning, Kansas, 2-time first team All-American, 1987 and 1988. He led the Jayhawks to 4 NCAA tournaments, 2 of them Final Fours, and they won it all in 1988 with Danny and the Miracles, Danny Manning and his Kansas team, where he was named MVP of the tournament. At 6'10" tall, Manning had great agility. Look at this move. He can dribble right, he can spin left, he ducks under the defender, he double clutches, and he puts it in the hole, baby. He was awesome. One of the great ones of all time, Danny Manning. My other forward, we got to go to North Carolina, and we got to go for a small forward by the name of Michael Jordan. Maybe the most acrobatic, creative basketball player ever to play this game. He had quick hands on defense and the ability to slam, bam, jam, baby, with the best of them. Jordan was first team All-American in 1983 and 1984. He helped lead the Tar Heels to the NCAA's 3 straight years. And in 1982, they won the national championship over the Georgetown Hoyas. What a shot right over Patrick Ewing. Can you imagine defending this? Michael Jordan to James Worthy. Awesome, baby. Michael Jordan and Danny Manning, my 2 Rolls-Royce forwards of the 1980s. My honorable mention centers. Let's go to Ralph Sampson of Virginia, a 7'4" player with the skills of a little guy. He can post up, or he can shoot from the outside. And don't you dare challenge this first-team 3-time All-American. Then there's Akeem Olajuwon, the Houston Cougars, the center for Phi Slamma Jamma, and he jamma pretty good, baby. Olajuwon dared folks to come in the paint, and then he said, "See you later, baby." And then his teammate, Clyde the Glide Drexler, would take it to the goal. He'd slam, jam, bam, and he'd say, "How does this rock taste, baby?" And then there was David Robinson of Navy, the big man from the Admiral School. That's right, first-team All-American 1987. Robinson had great mobility and agility for a 7-footer. It was alley-oop time to Mr. Robinson, and as we saw earlier, he says, "Get out of here, baby." He was rejection city. You just throw the ball up there, and Robinson would grab it with great hands. Now that's my first-team All-American Rolls-Royce center. Let's go to Mr. Patrick Ewing, Georgetown, the Intimidator, the Mike Tyson of college hoops. He played with a mean streak in him. You give him room, and it's 2. Give him space, and it's 2. Ewing was a 3-time first-team All-American at Georgetown. He led the Hoyas to the crown in 1984 and to the final game in 1985. Patrick Ewing, Mr. Intensity, powerful, and an athletic center of the 1980s. Ewing, Jordan, Manning, Thomas, and Mullen, the 1980s Rolls-Royce team. And the coach of this team has to be the general himself. That's right, Robert Montgomery Knight. Yeah, he's volatile, he can be intimidating, and he can be intense, but oh, can he flat out coach. A big-time winner who won an NCAA title in 1981 and 1987. Robert Montgomery Knight, the Rolls-Royce coach of the 1980s.